Good morning everyone. Today we are here to present our group project of Civil Engineering Mathematics 3. Our topic is rate of change and the title is to obtain the time to be fully fill the fish pond by using this method. Our lecturer Dr. Muhammad Hairul bin Kamidun. Then we are from section 7 and we are group 10. And we are 5 in groups and formed by me, Lim Xiaotong, Muhammad Alif, Muhammad Ashraf, Muhammad Safiuddin, and Nurul Izzati. First of all, rate of change is how one quantity changes in relation to another quantity. Water is very important to humans. We need water to survive. In our daily activities, also need the use of water, similar to animals and plants. They also need water to survive. Do you know what is fish farming? Fish farming is a form of aquaculture in which the fishes are raised in enclosures to be sold as food. It is important for the fishes have a suitable quality of water, so the flow rate of water to be filled the fish pond will be investigated in our project.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Munawar. I will present about a problem statement. Okay, first of all, the problem statement said that Mr. Malik made a fish pond on his farm. The shape of the pond is cylindrical. The pond diameter is 3 meter and 4 meter depth. Mr. Malik wanted to fill the fish pond with water, but the water source is far from the pond. So he wanted to know how fast the pond will be fulfilled by water, which at a depth of 4 meter, so that he able to close the water source. The fish pond is being filled with water into the pond at constant rate of 0.047 meter cube per second. Okay, now for the filler table, the fact is that Mr. Malik faced a problem of the water source that is far from the fish pond. So the idea is this information will be used to determine the method to solve the problem. The learning issue, what is the relationship between the volume, the velocity of the water, and the time. So we take the action to determine the time to fill the pond with water by using rate of change. Okay, the second fact is the cylindrical pond is 4 meter depth and 3 meter in diameter. So the idea is we discussing what is the mathematical calculation that can be used. The learning issue, what is the volume of the fish pond? So we take the action to using the derivative of cylinder V equal to pi r cube h. And the third fact is water being filled into the pond at a constant rate of 0.047 meter cube per second. This main information will solve the problem. How the new water flow can fulfill Mr. Malik's needs? The action is suggest the new water flow output at the fish pond. Mr. Malik want to save his time waiting for the fish pond full with water. So the idea is discussing what is the main factor of this problem. The learning issues is what are the advantages and disadvantages of high water flow. And we take an action by referring the internet and the reference book.
Rate of change, or we call as ROC, is the speed at which a variable changes over a specific period of time. It can generally be expressed as a ratio between a change in one variable relative to a corresponding change in another.
For the calculation method, first we should know what is the problem statement about the project. This problem statement is about what time taken to water pond full. The method that can use is rate of change. To solve the problem, we need to find the rate of change of water, which is dH over dt, and the time taken to water full. which is T, for the pond fully with water. The first step is find the volume of the pond. We know the shape of pond is cylinder, so we use the formula of cylinder, which is pi r squared h. Next step is, given the rate of change of volume we is 0.047 meter cube per second, we need to find the rate of change of height of water, which is dH over dt. We can differentiate both of side by using equation below. dH over dt, put to the left hand side, and the right hand side dv over dH time dH over dt, which is this is equation is chain rule. Next step is find the formula of rate of height, which is dH over dt equal to dv over dt over pi r squared. After we calculate the equation, we get dH over dt. When we get the answer of dH over dt, we need to times the answer with the height of the, which is the depth of the pond, which is 4 meter. After that, we can get the time in second. After that, we convert to the to minutes.
Okay, for the calculation part, we got the several data from the problem statement, which is the first one is the diameter of the pool is 3 meter and the radius of the pool is 1.5 meter. As we all know that the radius is half of the diameter and the depth is 4 meter. And then we also got the water that been filled into the pool at the constant rate 0.047 meter cubic per second. So the shape of the pool is cylindrical. So if we want to get the volume, the formula is pi r square h. R is the radius and h is the height. So from the problem statement, we create the formula to get the time is dv over dt is equal to dv over dh times dh over dt. So for the dv over dh, that v is the volume, and inside the volume we got the h, which is height, and so from that we cut off the h from the volume and the h from the dh, and then we get d over dt times pi r square only. Then we substitute the 0.047 meter cubic per second into the dv over dt, so we get 0.047 meter cubic per second equals to pi times 1.5 square times dH over dt. So we calculate it and we get dH over dt is equal to 0.0667. So that the answer that is equal to dH over dt. So to get the time, we calculate and we get the formula, not the formula, the equation is 0.067 meter per second times t equal to 4 meter. 4 meter is the height of the pool, and we get the time is 600 seconds. This is also equal to 10 minutes.
For the conclusion, we find that 6.67 times to 10 power of a negative 3 meter per second is the suitable water rate flow for a pool that have 4 meter height and 3 meter diameter. Time taken for Mr. Malik to fill the fish pond with full of water is 10 minutes or 600 seconds. For our opinion, we think Mr. Malik needs to install a pump that is suitable with his fish pond size, so that the fish pond will work better. Other than that, Mr. Malik also needs to make sure there is no blockage at his water flow system, so water that flow in and out can flow easily. Lastly, by using application of partial differentiation, rate of change, we can solve problems not only in engineering fields but also daily problems like Mr. Malik fish pond problems. That's all from us. Thank you.